Is it me, or nowadays does Hollywood just seem really lazy? Sequel fatigue, is it real? Is it really happening? Is Hollywood just making so many sequels to movies, great movies, but are there just way too many? What are we on now, Jurassic Park 5? I have no idea what we're talking about anymore. I mean, how many times can a dinosaur escape and try and eat humans? How many Transformers movies are there? They're rebooting it now? What's going on? This is what I want to consider. Older movies were great, and we do love them, but maybe it's our fault as an audience that we keep asking for more and more. Maybe it's people like Steven Spielberg and George Lucas, Robert Zemeckis, many of these great, wonderful writers and directors who give us these great characters that we fall in love with. Characters that we never want to part with, and we want to just see more and more of them. Spider-Man, one of the most beloved characters of all of Hollywood, comic book, and nerddom ever, is not only going through rough changes, but reboots and sequels and continuations. I love Marvel more than the next person, I'm pretty sure of it, but I will say that you can't keep doing this forever. We're going to get tired of it. Take Indiana Jones though. Indiana Jones is probably the most original idea and original character that we've ever seen in the last century. There's probably more of them, I can't think of it right now, but you gotta admit, Indiana Jones, not only is he a great iconic character, but he is one of the most original ones that we have seen in a very, very long time. But because of what Steven Spielberg gave us, don't you think he kind of spoiled us just a little bit? So much that us as an audience only ever want the top shelf instead of the middle. Now don't get me wrong, there's a lot of original and great ideas out there. Pixar as a company, they're built upon originality. When Toy Story came out, everybody freaked. They didn't know what it was. It was brand new animation, and it was a brand new story that we always thought of, but we never really saw on the screen. And then they continued it with Monsters, Inc., A Bug's Life, Incredibles. And not that I didn't like the new Incredibles movie because it was freaking amazing, but I will say this, the success that it has seen is opening up the minds of Pixar, saying that maybe we only should do sequels. I'm not a fan of that because I love the original ideas that movie studios come out with, and Pixar is definitely on the top of that shelf for me because the stories, not only do they hit home for me, but it's a brand new story that I get to be immersed in and I love, and the characters are just so great to be able to attach myself to. Maybe that's what the problem is. Maybe Hollywood in the past has wrote so many great characters for us to be attached to that we just don't want to let go of them. But do we really need a Transformers 7? How many are there now? I mean, there's the first one, the awful second one, the decent third one, the dinosaur one, and this last one with a sword. Now a reboot, and talk of many other ones. I think that if a movie studio ever has to say that we should reboot this franchise, that's already a problem because it's just trying to clean up a mess. DC, sorry guys, love ya, but you blew it. All of your movies have just really sucked, or just at least mediocre at general when they shouldn't be. I mean, we're talking about characters that people will automatically love. They will definitely go to the movie theater to go and see a Batman movie. Of course people are gonna go to a Batman movie. Everyone loves Batman. It's a solid thing, but you threw him in a metal suit because Iron Man worked so well and you screwed it up. Batman is good on his own. He doesn't need any of that. Now, I know that it's a comic book thing, but let's be honest, it's kind of weird. I think people get way too confident with writing characters that, of course people are gonna love this. Take Star Wars, for example. Nothing really made sense in The Last Jedi. Now that we've caught on, you realize that you need to back up even more. Now, there's going to be another casting of a new Batman in a whole new saga. Now Flashpoint's going to happen. What does that mean? Probably a reboot for the whole DC Extended Universe franchise. You guys did great on Wonder Woman. Let's just go with that. Go with characters that we already do love and build upon them. Origin stories are great and I love them, but there's too many of them. So many prequels, so many prequel movies. I mean, how do we know where to start? It's like reading comic books. It's so freaking confusing. I'm just worried that Hollywood is just comfortable. They're comfortable with characters that have been making them money for years, when really they should be looking outward. But let's just go outside and branch out just a little bit, Hollywood. I mean, I would do it if I could, but I can't. I'm relying upon you. I think you're just getting lazy, and this is your intervention. And I'm here to tell you, you're hurting yourself, buddy.